doing a clutch replacement today, as well as a transmission fluid change while the transmission is being worked on. So it's a complete clutch kit by Exedi. Disc, pressure plate, pilot bearing, throwout bearing, the whole deal. So my clutch has pretty much given up the ghost. It's at 25,000 miles past its recommended lifetime. So we're gonna get it to the shop and it will begin the operation. I'd normally be doing this myself, but I don't have the tools or equipment to do so. So today I'm just gonna plant some cameras around the guy's shop and show you all how it's done. Where the clutch sits, so drop the exhaust and the transmission in order to get to it. So what are you disconnecting in the engine compartment?
The battery right now, and then we're going to disconnect the upper bolt on the starter.
All right.
Very tight.
So what's happening here is when I tried to remove the filler plug for the transmission, I completely pretty much chewed it up trying to get the thing off because it's just totally stuck on there. Remove the exhaust manifold.
That's not the top setup then on the bolts or whatever?
No, the bolts are supposed to be 17 millimeters.
So now you're disconnecting the transmission from
I bolted a
the...
couple of bolts, pulling the lower bolt for the starter.
So now what comes out first, the transmission or the drive shaft?
Drive shaft's gotta come out first.
Drive shaft, alright.
Mark the drive shaft so it goes back in the same spot. It'll only go on one of two ways, so it's not a real big deal, but
And of course putting it on the right way has to do with balancing.
could be, but the drive shaft should be balanced, so it shouldn't matter. But just to put it back in the same spot.
There's the drive shaft.
You want to move the joints. Unfortunately, this drive shaft's not serviceable, so if it was tight or clicking, you'd have to put a new drive shaft in.
Oh, interesting.
If
Everything.
the transmission was filled, we'd have fluid coming out now.
You're not going to just lift that thing out there with your bare hands?
Two of us
Oh.
could. Or if it was on the ground, you could.
Got most of the parts, you know, the components. I'm just going to be putting it together the next. You know, there's
Yeah.
lots of companies that that's all they do.
Well, it's the same thing they do with cars. We can support the back of the motor. Since we pull the train out, there's nothing supporting it. Gotta pull the shifter out
That's for the shift linkage.
for the shifter to go into the transmission.
And out comes the transmission. Sweet. That's a Borg Warner T3, right?
No, they made different ones. In the light though.
Look at all that. I'll definitely do.
We'll see in a minute.
Oh yeah.
That's the side we're looking at.
It's like past the rivets here, huh?
He wore it out.
Oh wow.
So.
Oh. That was 25,000 miles past due according to the Haynes, but not sure how accurate that is though.
Always loosen a bolt and leave it in. But you got hot spots.
Oh yeah. What are hot spots causing? This excessive slipping?
Excessive slipping. Because this goes like that, and this is the side you can see.
Oh, that's the side that goes to rivets. Wow, look at that. Definitely do. So now is at the moment of truth, where we find out if that's the right clutch. Oof.
Should work.
It'll work?
Yeah, the difference being this has got 6 springs, damper springs, that one's only got the 4.
Oof. That's a relief, huh? Does it look alright?
It looks okay, but the big thing is that you see the fingers here compared to the fingers there.
Oh
So you've
yeah.
got-
Wider, looks like there's less.
Yeah, there's
here.
less fingers here on this one than this one. Might affect the feel of the clutch.
Oh yeah? As terms of stiffness or
Stiffness is maybe a little stiffer.
a little stiffer?
The old clutches used to be what they called 3 fingers, where there was just 1, 2, well actually,
Oh.
okay, so the big thing difference being is that's a much heavier clutch to push in. Where when you have the diaphragm spring like that, you've got more.
Oh, I see. A little stiffer, huh?
I gotta see if I can get a ring gear. The only other option is possibly getting a Chinese flywheel.
Chinese flywheel. Uh-oh.
Then I'll check and see if I can get a ring, how long it's gonna take to get a ring gear. Because we don't want to do the flywheel until we get the ring gear on it, because I gotta heat. This one I can drill the brake off, but the other one's gotta be heated and put on.
Yikes.